What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Alright, so doing some Splatoon 3 for you guys today. And assuming that I am correct on this regard, this should be the kickoff of the next Splatfest. So today I'm going to be picking my team, explaining what team I'm picking and why I'm picking that particular team. Because again, usually when the Splatfests happen, they happen on weekends, and my dad's usually home during the weekends. And again, like I've said, for various logistical reasons, again, I don't do videos with commentary when my dad is home. So usually during the Splatfest, I have to do just the turf wars without commentary, which are still fun to watch in my opinion. Splatoon 3, in my opinion, is one of those games that works well even if I don't do commentary during the videos. The gameplay itself is entertaining enough, in my opinion. And that could be arguably true for a lot of games, but with regards to a lot of storyline-based games, the reason why I do commentary is because I like to explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing that particular thing, if that makes sense. That's a lot of the reason why I started doing commentary in the first place, especially solo commentary. But like way back in the day when I first started YouTubing, like 100,000 fucking years ago, when I was playing games with other people, I'd definitely do commentary, but when I was just doing stuff on my own, I wouldn't do commentary. But then I got in the habit after a while. I think around, like, I want to say 2014, maybe 2015, somewhere around there, I started doing, like, solo commentary and whatnot. Kind of got used to it, and then ever since then, I've been doing that. But I feel like it helps for me to do commentary when I'm playing storyline-based games so that I can explain why I'm doing what I'm doing, if that makes sense. But there are some games, again, here and there, outside of, like, storyline-based games, like racing games, fighting games, sports games, shit like that, that don't necessarily need commentary, but it does help sometimes. But either way, with regards to these Splatoon Splatfests, I always like to explain what team I'm fighting for and why I'm fighting for that particular team, if that makes sense. So, yeah, should be fun. Either way, let's get this fucking party started. Alright, so we got the next Splatfest coming up. What will it be? Of course, you guys will already know by the time I get around to uploading this, because again, I pre-record all my videos like way in advance before I upload them. So when it comes to like live events like this, I'm always like incredibly and hilariously late to the party. But one way or another, I eventually get there. So, yeah. Okay, so which instrument would you play? Drums, guitar, or keyboard? Fair point. All right, then. All right. Guitars are pretty fucking cool, though, to be fair. Under 12 minutes. Oh, that reminds me of Freebird. I will never forget the first time that me and my stepbro played Freebird on Guitar Hero 2, and I had never heard that song before playing it on Guitar Hero 2 for the first time with my stepbro. And we were thinking to ourselves, okay, why is this the final song? It's like, it's fucking easy, it's kind of mellow or whatever. And then we got into the solo part, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, this is insane. But yeah, it was funny as fuck the first time playing that song on Guitar Hero 2 without ever having heard that song before. That was the funniest fucking shit. Playing that with my stepbro back in the day, man, that was... Damn, that was cool shit. And man, I'd give anything to have him still be here today to be able to produce Guitar Hero and Rock Band content with me. Unfortunately, he passed away back in 2017. But... God, I'd give anything to have him here today to be able to do that shit with me, because he'd have loved what I fucking built here. Again, fucking 12 video game systems, over 1,000 fucking games. Like, man, he would have fucking loved this shit. And knowing what I know now, I mean, we would have been even tighter than we were before, man. No doubt. In some ways, it's true what they say when they say you never really appreciate what you have until it's gone. And that's a sad truth of humanity. Humans tend to take things for granted. And that's something that definitely moving forward in my future, I definitely never intend to do again. Never take anyone or anything for granted. That's for damn sure. But regardless, things are what they are, and I will press on nonetheless. So... yeah, because we'll always have those memories, and as long as I'm alive, those memories will live. No doubt. I think they're both important, honestly. That's a fair point. That is also true. Fair point. Again, I have played a lot of Guitar Hero and Rock Band, where I also played guitar. So, makes sense. Again, like you said, keyboards are useful for basic songwriting techniques, no doubt. Okay, we got an update. Oh, new season is here. Fresh season 2024. Alright. All the way until May 31st. And at the time I'm recording this, I think the exact date is March 17th, 2020. Or no, maybe March 19th. March 19th, like 2024. I have a hard time. I'm getting so fucking old, I can't even remember what fucking year it is anymore. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's March 19th, 2024. Let me double check that shit real quick. Yeah, the actual date that I'm recording this on is March 19th, 2024. Of course, by the time I get around to uploading this and splice it on with the first turf war that I actually do in this Splatfest, it'll be like... who knows when it'll be by the time I get around to uploading this shit. But again, in case y'all are curious, that's how I run such an efficient operation at Basement Cave Studios. Again, I pre-record all my videos like way in advance before I actually upload them. Again, that's why I'm a little bit late to the party when it comes to things like Splatfest, but I do get around to it eventually, and it is a hell of a lot of fun regardless, even if I am hilariously late to the party. By the time I get around to uploading this shit, this Splatfest will have happened probably almost a year ago. But hey, it'll be fun nonetheless. Get to see some fun matches and all that good shit nonetheless. So, it'll be fun. Okay, so we got some new weapons. The Dowser Dooley's FF and the Recycled Brella. I don't think I've used any of those yet. Interesting. Dreadringer, Custom Explosher. Okay, so we got some revamped versions of other weapons. Alright, cool, cool. Some more revamped versions of other weapons. Alright. Sick. Good shit. Hey, whenever they add free content to the game, you're never gonna hear me bitch about that shit. I think it's a really fucking class act, especially in this day and age where, like, you have to pay for every fucking DLC known to mankind. Like, they want to charge you fucking $10,000 for every fucking outfit or every different fucking thing in every fucking game. I think it's a really fucking class act when game companies just add new things to games for free. I think that's a really fucking class act. And I've seen that thing with 2 game franchises in particular that I play on this channel. That being Splatoon and Gran Turismo. Both of those games have been absolutely exceptional at adding new free content. And I think that's an absolute class act in this day of microtransaction fucking bullshit. That some of these companies are still willing to add free new shit to their games just because they're passionate about adding to the games that they're so passionate about. And I think that's fucking amazing. Oh, Marlin Airport. I forgot they added a new map. Yeah, Marlin Airport. Yeah, I'm excited to try that shit out for the first time. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, Marlin Airport. That should be cool. I'm excited to see that shit for the first time. Maybe we'll get a match in on the first, during this next Splatfest. We'll see. Again, I won't be doing commentary during the matches necessarily, but it should still be a lot of fucking fun. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, so we got some Grizzco bullshit. I never really do any of that. As you guys know, I'm a Turf War kind of guy. I love Turf War. That's what I stick to on this channel. That's just because I love playing Turf Wars. That's what I like. I mean, all the more power to you if you enjoy competitive matches and all that good shit. Me personally, I'm a Turf War kind of guy through and through. That's how I've always rolled. That's how I prefer to roll. Basic game mode, and it's a lot of fun. Obviously, I love Turf Wars. Otherwise, I wouldn't have kept playing this game for so long. Well, looks like I got a lot of free shit here. Looks like I did get a free hat that has an Inksaver sub, but as you guys know, I've always been rocking the jungle hat. A whole bunch of new free shit. Alright. Never really do any of that shit, but okay. Okay, more free shit, I guess. Whatever. Okay, what the fuck just happened? Alright, so I guess all that shit just happened. But as you guys know, as far as my hat is concerned, I've been rocking the jungle hat literally since the original Splatoon. I'm not going to stop rocking the jungle hat. Multi-step and the jungle fucking hat. That's a fucking classic look. That's the classic multi-step look right there. Fucking jungle hat. Of course, my basic look as far as my shoes and shirt have changed throughout the years, but I've always stuck with the jungle hat, even since the original fucking Splatoon game. So, yeah, I'll be rocking that jungle hat till the day that they decide to not include it in a future Splatoon game. So, which could very well happen in the future, but hey, I'll rock any style that they're willing to give me for sure, because my fucking squid kid here is fucking... She's fucking sexy as fuck. Anyway. Not even sure what the fuck I'm going for at this point, but whatever. Anyway. Point is that we're here to pick a team, right? Besides all my nonsensical bullshit. Alright, so this next Splatfest that we got going on, it's going to be drums, guitar, or keyboard. I'm just going to level with y'all here. I'm a rocker, right? Like, my favorite kind of music is rock and metal, hands down. Like, no question, rock and metal is the greatest form of music ever created. And honestly, any one of these instruments could fit into that. Like, drums, guitar, keyboard, any one of these instruments could fit into rock and metal, fucking hands down. But I'm going to explain to you guys why I'm going to be going with team drums. Here's the reason. Back in 5th grade, actually, it was back technically in 4th grade. They did a test because they wanted to see, like, before you go into band, because they offered band for 5th graders, right? You could be in band if you were in 5th grade. So they offered a test one day, and I decided to take that test for your aptitude for playing specific instruments. And I took the aptitude test. You were allowed to take the aptitude test for 2 different instruments. I took the aptitude test for clarinet and percussion. Clarinet being the reason that my sister played the clarinet. And she taught me a few things beforehand. So I was like, all right, whatever. The second being for percussion because obviously drums are fucking cool as shit. Right? So I went into that particular aptitude test, did really fucking well on the clarinet test. And also simultaneously did really fucking well on the percussion test. Right? And from that moment on, so my mom actually, when she went to register me for band or whatever, because the registration, I forget, it's kind of weird how the registration worked, but it happened at like a fucking, the registration for the particular district of schools that I was in happened at a hotel. They hosted it at a hotel or something. I don't know fucking why or whatever, but yeah, they hosted it at a hotel. And my mom made sure to get there very fucking early, and words will never be able to express how grateful I am to her for this, or how much this meant to me. But she went there very fucking early in the day and made sure to get a place in line so that way I could be registered to play percussion in band in 5th grade. And I did. I was registered to play percussion in 5th grade band. And that set me down a course through my middle school years, because again, I was in band all throughout middle school and all throughout high school. And some of my best memories, especially from high school, were being on drumline in high school. And I will never forget how grateful I am to my mom for doing that for me. I mean, she got in line early in the day to make sure that in 5th grade band I could be a percussionist, and I will never be able to express how grateful I am to her for that. Absolutely incredible. And so, yeah, from 5th grade throughout my entire high school career, I was a percussionist. Now, granted, I personally would not consider myself a drummer in the traditional sense. Like, I'm not the best drum set player necessarily, but you hand me like a hand drum or a cowbell or a tambourine or a fucking set of maracas or whatever, or hell, even a cabasa or a set of castanets, like, I'll fucking rock that shit. Again, like I said, I'm not the best set player, like the drum set. Like, I'm not the best at it, but I can do basic shit. But yeah, you hand me like almost any random percussion instrument, I can rock it. And that's something that I learned throughout the years, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity that I was given. And especially in high school, it helped me make so many friends and led to so many great memories that I look back fondly on. And again, words will never be able to express how grateful I am to my mom for that. So that's fucking incredible. Absolutely fucking incredible. So that is why, folks, I will be going with team drums. Again, I have an immense, don't get me wrong, I have an immense amount of respect for anyone who can play any instrument with talent and skill. I have an immense amount of respect for that as a musician in general. So, no disrespect at all. There is absolutely no disrespect in my heart for team guitar or team keyboard for this Splatfest. I respect the hell out of anyone who can play any instrument with an immense amount of talent and skill. Because again, it does take dedication. And it does take skill and perseverance. I have an immense amount of respect for that. But I'm a drummer. I always have been since 5th fucking grade. And always will be. So that is why I'm going with team drums. I like the little sound effect they go there with the gong. Yeah, actually, that's a funny thing. During my sophomore year, I'm pretty sure it was my sophomore year in fucking high school, we did a lot of, like, because there was a percussion showcase at the end of the year where all the different percussion ensembles from the different, like, because there was 4 high schools in our particular district. All 4 of them would get together and put on a concert for the parents or whatever, where we'd play different, specifically percussion pieces. And one of them one year was a particular piece called, I think it was called Creepy Crawly Things or something like that. And the piece called for a water gong. Like a water gong. Like a gong that you hit the gong and then dip it into like a big thing of water. And I got to do that when I was a sophomore. Although, to be fair, we used a bit of a smaller gong because our high school, like, logistically, it was kind of tough to figure out how to fill, like, a huge tub of water with, you know, and then hit a gong and dip it into that. Because it, like, dips the tone of the gong, right? Dips the tone of the reverb, should I say. So, but we did have a smaller gong. Somebody in the band was actually had access to a smaller gong that I was able to, like, hit and then dip into a bucket of water or whatever to kind of dampen, I suppose, the tone of the reverb or whatever. But it was really interesting, and I'm like, this is cool as shit. Because oftentimes with percussion pieces and band pieces in general, percussionists play several different instruments throughout those particular pieces. That's why percussion instruments are considered a quote-unquote challenge instrument. Because it's not just one instrument that you're playing. You play the xylophone, you play a snare drum, you play cymbals, you play fucking timpani drums, you play fucking tom-toms, fucking tambourine, cowbell. Again, all kinds of different shit. So it's not necessarily one instrument that you're sticking to. It's not something like trumpet or clarinet where it's one specific instrument. No, you're playing a whole shitload of shit when you're a percussionist. So, yeah. I got to have a lot of wonderful experiences, made a lot of great friends during high school, and that's a lot of the reason why my high school years were some of the best years of my life. And again, I'm very grateful to my mom for that. So, that's why I'm going with team drums this time around. So, it's going to be an awesome Splatfest. Hope you all are looking forward to some awesome fucking matches. It's going to be fucking sweet. As always, you guys know that. I like to have fun with this game. I will say this. Honestly, in the past, like, 10 years or whatever, Splatoon is the greatest new IP that Nintendo has created within the past 10 years, and I think it's not over-exaggerating it to say that. Honestly, Splatoon has brought me so much joy throughout the years. Every year, or every Splatfest that I do, I always get a cheeseburger and fries from the restaurant that I work at. That's kind of become a tradition of mine every single night that I do a Splatfest, and it's so much fucking fun. I get a cheeseburger, side of fries, eat it up, and then start the Splatfest and just go into some matches and have a lot of fun. Whether I do good or not, whether our team does good or not, at the end of the day, it's all about just playing the game and having some fucking fun and enjoying this shit with you guys. And that's what it's all about. It's fucking incredible. So, hope you all are looking forward to it. We're going to be fighting for Team Drums. Rock on, motherfuckers. It's going to be awesome. So, stay tuned for some Splatfest action coming up shortly in 3, 2, 1.